Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and we're located on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and it's being commanded by Nij75 or Nij75, and as you can see it's decked out in the What Arty Noobs colours provided by Sir Rusty, and the battle has commenced. And he's headed off to the east. Now, the What Arty Noobs M44, the colours, the skin, is available free of charge on the What Arty Noobs website on Facebook. So if you want to pop along there, you can pick up the link which will enable you to download the skin and show you how to install it. Okay, he's set up into his firing position and he's ready to go, but there's no targets yet. Most of the team appear to have gone down the west side of the map. Only a couple of tanks have gone into the town. So this could be rather interesting, and I suspect that Nij75 may have to relocate rather rapidly if that KV2 and Defender suddenly come across some enemy. Now he's running Coca-Cola, which is good because that does improve the skill of your Arty tremendously. Right, Hellcat, he can splash it from here. But he's not going to fire. He's going to go for that Hellcat, that Comet, I think, who's just pulling up to the rock and taking up a firing position. Round out. And direct hit, right on the money. 166 hit points, 2 critical hits, and he's relocating straight away. Doesn't have to move very far, but in fact he's actually moving quite some way. Okay. Going to a firing position again. We've got an ISU 152 this time. And he's a little further back. Now, there's 2 tanks there. Close proximity. You could actually get a bombardier if you can get a good enough hit. And he gets a massive hit there on the Hellcat. 266. 3 critical hits. That was a very useful shot. He also picked up some stun assists there from both the Comet and the Hellcat. Now he's going for a star 2. It's been seen up in the town near the west side. Round out. It goes long. That's RNG for you, I'm afraid. It was a long shot, yeah. Okay, so he's going to try again for the... No. He's going to try for that star. Which is a bit odd because there's a whole bunch of tank destroyers and they're not firing... Well, they are firing at the star now. And he is taking fire. Round out on the star. And this time he wipes it out. 388 hit points. It was a good strike. And that SU-152 is in a whole heap of danger now. He's being assaulted from behind. And that T-71DA is sitting there in those woods, trying to do some spotting. A round's been fired in. And no, it lands a little way away from where it was aimed. Again, bad RNG. A VK4503 in the town. I think that was the precursor of the Tiger II. Lining up a shot and rounds out. It goes long, but it does stun the 45. Now, his forces seem to be doing rather well on the west side. So he's focusing now on the town to help the Defender and the KV2. Mostly the KV2, I think, because the KV2 is the one that's vulnerable to the VK. Okay, switch, and the gun has swiveled round. He's centered his arc just so he doesn't get any rescue bloom. And that ARL's using the windmill as a shield. Round out. Direct hit. 219, 2 critical hits, good strike. Now, there's a couple of enemies. Oh, there's a Milebreaker and a VK3001P. They're both trying to get at the Defender. The Milebreaker's side scraping, which makes him vulnerable to Arty rounds, and that round went in. Splash, 99 hit points, and the Defender put a shot in at that moment as well. So he got some stun assists, a good stun assist, 470. He needs to try and persuade that VK3001P to go away. Round out. It goes long, but it still stuns the VK. And the Milebreaker... Oh, the VK's just gone down, so he picked up a lot of stun assists. That went down to the SU-122, which is further up the road. And the Mile Breaker is now receiving fire from the same SU-122. He don't fire, because if he does, he's going to stun the defender at the same time. So he holds fire, and that helps his teammate. Right, T-150 by that rock, but he's about to receive a whole... He's the reception committee for a whole gaggle of tanks on Nij's side that are coming through the cap right now. Unfortunately, the enemy just managed to get a Leo. But there's one of their tanks on their Arty just drowned, and that's I think that was a deliberate drowning, or a deliberate attempt to try and get away. T-150 was taken out there. VK4503, he's loaded, ready to go, round out, and it lands right in front of the VK and stuns him, and he picks up a whole huge amount of stun assist there, 920 hit points. There's only one enemy remaining. It's a Hellcat, last seen in this southeast corner of the map, and I think he's making a last-ditch defense. He might be trying to get round the corner into that last redoubt. No, there he is, and that's a direct hit. Probably landed right in the cockpit and wiped out the Hellcat, and that's the end of the battle. The win rate that came up for that battle was 3271. I think it was probably a greater amount, but let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Nij75 in the M44. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10 in that battle. So very useful contribution to the team. And we can see the tanks that he hit there. If we look at the team score, well, he came second on damage, 1,802 hit points, and that's because he was actually providing very good support, firing on as many enemies as he could in the allotted time. And when it came to kills, he was joint second with 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, he was top because he managed to get 1,263 experience points. And that's mainly because he was tier 6, and a lot of the targets he was firing on were tier 8. So it made a big difference to his scores. He fired 13 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 6 penetrations, and 6 splash damage. He did damage of 1,802 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy, but killed 2 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 2,471 hit points off 10 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 62,060 credits. And after ammunition resupply and consumables, he had 45,495 credits spare, and he received 1,895 XP, and it was ×3 for the first victory of the day, so he actually took away 5,685 experience points, and that's going to boost his training. So well done there, Nij75. I believe this was your first M44 ace, so well done indeed. I'm sure you'll be getting many more. The M44 is a very much a fun tank, and get all the experience you can before Wargaming decides to nerf it. There was suggestions at the meeting of the or the conference of developers recently that they do intend to nerf the M44 because apparently it's doing more damage per minute than the tier 10 Arty. And I think that's mostly down to the fact that there are very good players out there, and so continue to enjoy the M44 whilst you can. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that we'll be featuring in our next video.